Ellen DeGeneres is a household name, known worldwide for her infectious laughter, quick wit, and the cheerful personality that has graced screens for decades. Millions have tuned in to the Ellen DeGeneres show, charmed by her humor, generosity, and seemingly unshakable positivity. To the public, she appears untouchable, a symbol of joy, kindness, and success. But behind the bright lights and laughter, Ellen's life tells a very different story, a story filled with struggles, heartbreak, and personal challenges that the world rarely sees. At 67, Ellen has faced a series of tragedies that have left lasting scars. While audiences witness the smiles and the carefully curated moments of happiness, very few understand the pain she has endured. From career controversies and the pressures of fame to deeply personal trials, Ellen has had to navigate obstacles that tested her resilience in ways most could never imagine. This documentary explores the untold story of Ellen DeGeneres, the struggles that shaped her, the personal heartbreaks she endured, and the emotional toll of living a life in the public eye. We delve beyond the cheerful persona to reveal a woman who has faced immense challenges while still inspiring millions with her message of kindness. Through archival footage, interviews, and investigative insights, we uncover the reality behind the smiles and laughter. A story of triumph shadowed by sorrow, a life where personal pain often hides behind public adoration. The tragedy of Ellen DeGeneres is beyond heartbreaking, and understanding it gives us a deeper look at the woman behind the icon. Ellen DeGeneres was born in 1958 in Metairie, Louisiana, into a family that seemed ordinary but was filled with its own struggles. Her father was an insurance salesman, and her mother was a speech therapist. At a young age, Ellen experienced a sense of isolation. She struggled to fit in at school and faced bullying from classmates. These early experiences shaped her personality, giving her a mix of resilience and humor that would later become her trademark. As a teenager, Ellen discovered her love for comedy. She began performing small routines at local clubs, learning the craft of making people laugh. However, the path was not easy. Breaking into comedy in the late 1970s and early 1980s was challenging, especially for a woman trying to succeed in a male-dominated industry. Ellen often faced rejection and criticism, and she had to fight hard to be taken seriously as a performer. Her early career included appearances on shows like The Tonight Show and small roles in television and film. Each step forward required determination and patience. Behind the laughter she shared with audiences, Ellen carried a deep sense of uncertainty. She struggled with self-doubt and the pressure to succeed while staying true to herself. In 1990, Ellen starred in her first sitcom, Ellen, which would later bring her fame, but also set the stage for one of her first major personal challenges. At the height of the show's popularity, Ellen made the brave decision to publicly come out as gay in 1997. This was a historic moment, celebrated by many but also met with backlash. She faced criticism from viewers, media, and even some colleagues in Hollywood. Her show suffered a decline in ratings, and she was forced to navigate the harsh realities of fame while dealing with personal and professional disappointment. Beyond career struggles, Ellen faced personal heartbreaks, relationships that ended badly, and the loneliness that sometimes came with being in the public eye weighed heavily on her. Despite her cheerful on-screen persona, these moments of sadness and isolation shaped her in ways that few people could see. She learned to mask her pain with humor and charm, creating the image of the happy, kind-hearted Ellen the world now knows. Ellen's early life and career are a story of perseverance. Every setback taught her resilience. Every moment of criticism or failure pushed her to work harder. These experiences laid the foundation for the woman who would later become one of the most beloved talk show hosts in history. However, they also remind us that behind every public success story, there is often a personal struggle hidden from view. Even at 67, Ellen continues to carry the lessons from these early struggles. The challenges she faced shaped her worldview, her approach to comedy, and her ability to connect with audiences. Her journey is a testament to determination, courage, and the complexity of human emotion. While many know her as a figure of joy and laughter, her story reminds us that life's hardships often exist behind the brightest smiles. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, Ellen DeGeneres had become a household name. After coming out publicly in 1997, she faced a period of uncertainty, but her courage also paved the way for her future success. In 2003, she launched The Ellen DeGeneres Show, which quickly became one of the most popular daytime talk shows in America. With her humor, charm, and generosity, Ellen created a platform that entertained millions and inspired a generation. At the start of the show, Ellen's life seemed full of promise. She welcomed celebrities, showcased amazing surprises, and connected with audiences through relatable stories. Her message of kindness and positivity resonated deeply, and her popularity soared. Millions admired her ability to make people laugh while promoting compassion and inclusivity. However, behind the scenes, things were not always perfect. Reports and investigations later revealed that the show's workplace environment had significant problems. Former employees described instances of harassment, intimidation, and a toxic culture that contradicted the image Ellen presented on screen. While Ellen was not always personally involved in these actions, as the face of the show, she became associated with these controversies. The public backlash was severe, and for a woman known for spreading kindness, the criticism was especially painful. Ellen faced a difficult balance, maintaining her career and public image while dealing with personal guilt and disappointment over how things had unfolded behind the scenes. The stress of managing a massive show, public scrutiny, and media attention created immense pressure. Fans, critics, and colleagues debated the contrast between her public persona and the workplace reports. For Ellen, this period became a significant personal and professional challenge, testing her resilience in new ways. Despite these setbacks, Ellen continued to work hard. She adapted her approach, addressed controversies publicly, and focused on rebuilding trust with employees and audiences. The experience, while heartbreaking, also taught her valuable lessons about accountability, leadership, and the complexities of fame. It showed that even those who seem perfect on screen are human, and even success cannot shield anyone from the consequences of mistakes or misunderstandings. This period also reminded Ellen of the importance of empathy and communication. She used her platform to raise awareness about kindness, equality, and social issues, striving to ensure that her message matched her actions. For viewers, this duality, the bright public persona and the complex private reality, makes her story deeply compelling. It's a story of triumph shadowed by controversy, of laughter mingled with regret, and of a person learning to navigate the difficult intersection of fame, responsibility, and personal values. Ultimately, Ellen's career highs and public controversies highlight both her influence and her vulnerability. They demonstrate how a beloved public figure can face trials that challenge their integrity, reputation, and emotional strength. Even at 67, Ellen DeGeneres continues to reflect on these experiences, using them to guide her decisions and growth. The story reminds us that behind every smiling celebrity, there can be unseen struggles, difficult choices, and moments of heartbreak that the public rarely witnesses. While Ellen DeGeneres is celebrated for her humor and positivity, her personal life has not been without tragedy. Behind the laughter and the generous acts that define her public image, Ellen has faced losses and challenges that have left deep emotional scars. These moments reveal a side of her that few fans ever see, a woman confronting pain, uncertainty, and the fragility of life. Ellen's personal relationships have played a significant role in shaping her experiences of heartbreak. Throughout her life, she has faced difficult breakups and the complexities of maintaining long-term connections in the public eye. The scrutiny of fame can put enormous pressure on relationships, and Ellen's love life was no exception. Each separation left a mark, reminding her that even in moments of personal happiness, life can be unpredictable and painful. Beyond relationships, Ellen has faced losses in her family. As she grew older, the passing of loved ones brought grief that was deeply personal and at times isolating. Even as she continued to perform and host her show, these losses reminded her of the importance of cherishing every moment and the fragility of life. The public rarely saw the tears behind the smiles, the quiet moments of reflection when she grappled with sorrow in private. Health struggles also became part of Ellen's journey. Like many in their 60s, She experienced physical and mental health challenges that required attention and care. The demands of hosting a high-profile talk show, traveling, and managing her career added stress and fatigue. For someone who prides herself on energy, positivity, and connection, these health issues were frustrating and sometimes disheartening. Ellen had to learn to listen to her body, pace herself, and prioritize her well-being, a challenge she faced while maintaining the vibrant persona the public adored. Despite these hardships, Ellen's resilience shines through. Each loss, each challenge taught her the value of empathy, kindness, and understanding. Her experiences of heartbreak deepened her perspective, allowing her to connect with guests and audiences on a more authentic level. It also reinforced her belief in the importance of using her platform to uplift others, even when her own life was filled with quiet struggles. Of Ellen's life reminds us that success and happiness are often intertwined with sorrow. Fame and fortune do not protect anyone from personal tragedy. The laughter she shares with millions is balanced by moments of pain, grief, and reflection that remain unseen by the public. These experiences have shaped Ellen into a more compassionate, understanding, and thoughtful individual, highlighting the complexity behind her cheerful exterior. At 67, Ellen DeGeneres continues to navigate life with the lessons of her past. She has learned that grief, health challenges, and personal losses are part of the human experience, and that strength comes from acknowledging vulnerability while continuing to move forward. Her story is a testament to resilience, demonstrating that even in the face of tragedy, it is possible to continue spreading kindness and joy while managing one's own heartbreak. Ellen's personal losses and health struggles reveal a depth that contrasts sharply with the bright, smiling figure audiences see on television. They show that the tragedy of Ellen DeGeneres is not just in public controversies or career challenges, but in the private human experiences of loss, grief, and endurance that define her life at 67. Despite the heartbreaks, controversies, and personal struggles, Ellen DeGeneres has proven time and again that resilience is at the heart of her story. At 67, she remains a figure of influence, a symbol of perseverance, and an example of how to face life's challenges while continuing to inspire others. This chapter explores her comeback, her enduring legacy, and the lessons she has learned from the tragedies she has faced. Following the controversies surrounding her show and the criticism she received, Ellen faced a difficult period of public scrutiny. Many wondered whether she could recover her reputation and continue to maintain the trust of her audience. It was a moment that could have ended her career, but Ellen chose to confront the challenges head-on. She addressed the issues publicly, apologized where necessary, and committed herself to improving the workplace culture on her show. This approach demonstrated accountability, growth, and the willingness to face hard truths, qualities that resonate with fans who value honesty and integrity. Ellen's comeback also highlights her ability to adapt. She continued to connect with audiences, evolve her show's content, and focus on messages of kindness and empathy. Even in the face of public doubt, she maintained her dedication to making people smile, showcasing acts of generosity, and promoting social causes. This period of her career underscores a critical lesson. Tragedy and criticism do not have to define a person. They can serve as catalysts for growth, reflection, and renewal. Her legacy extends beyond television. Ellen has been a trailblazer for LGBTQ+ visibility, using her platform to advocate for equality and acceptance. She has inspired countless individuals to embrace their identities and pursue their dreams despite societal challenges. While her personal struggles and public controversies add complexity to her story, they also illustrate her courage in navigating a life in the spotlight while remaining true to herself. At the heart of Ellen's journey is a lesson in resilience. The tragedies she faced, from personal losses to career challenges, did not break her spirit. Instead, they deepened her understanding of human emotion, strengthened her empathy, and shaped the way she interacts with others. She demonstrates that true strength comes not from avoiding hardship, but from facing it, learning from it, and using those experiences to grow both personally and professionally. Even as she reflects on life at 67, Ellen continues to share her message of kindness, humor, and hope. She reminds us that while public success is visible, private struggles often remain hidden. Understanding the tragedy of Ellen DeGeneres provides a more complete picture of her as a human being, someone who has faced profound challenges yet continues to uplift others, proving that the power of perseverance and positivity can shine through even the darkest times. Ellen's story is both heartbreaking and inspiring. It reminds us that behind the smiles and laughter is a person who has endured hardships, confronted failures, and navigated the complexities of fame. At 67, her journey teaches us that resilience, empathy, and authenticity are as important as success, and that even in the face of tragedy, it is possible to continue making a positive impact on the world.